Ben King, 2 goals at $1.50. If this bloke doesn't explode this year under Dimmer, I'll spew up.
Yes. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the show that puts hairs on your chest. Welcome back to the show that's 4 under at the turn. Welcome back to the show that's sitting next to Jimmy Webster on a Jetstar flight to Bali. Welcome back to the show that thinks the McRib is a myth. Welcome back to all the mums, nans, daughters, and sisters. Welcome back to the show hosted by 3 flat earthers. Welcome back to the 100K podcast, the show that we get our big brains together every single week and place $10 on a 25-leg multi for the chance to finally win the holy grail of $100,000. Boys, welcome back. Season 6. Jev, how are you?
Let's go.
Well done.
Let's go. It is so good to be back. I can't believe AFL season's back. We've been waiting. It's been a long off season. Das, what is the difference between a donkey and an ass?
What is that?
I didn't eat your mum's donkey last night. I can't believe that's my week 1. We're getting cancelled.
All these new viewers.
And that's what they get first up.
That's the season for us.
Lou, how are you, brother? Hey, I'll catch you later. No.
I'm fantastic. Well, great intro, Das. The new studio, what are our thoughts? Paddy Cripps here, got the little bobblehead, the plywood behind you, Das. We won't talk about the Apple Mac. The TV broke 10 minutes ago. I had to address it. But what a long off season, Das. We stopped doing the NFL pods because, frankly, no one was listening.
No.
And fair enough. We had a pretty successful NFL season, but we won't talk about that. You guys have been doing your season previews. That's been unbelievable content. Some of our best performing stuff. So the people have been loving that, and no doubt, I'm sure you're loving doing the work.
There's, but we do want to address, we have a 10-inch TV here, so usually we've got a 35-incher, and it broke just before, so don't roast us over this absolute debacle of a TV.
Yeah, fuck up that shit, whatever.
It's shit house.
Photoshop it or something.
100%. Morgs, what else has been happening?
Well, what I wanted to talk about was your season previews, because I thought a lot of people would only watch their team's season preview. They wouldn't watch all of them. And I wanted to sort of get a bit of a rundown from you both, because you've gone to all this work and a lot of people are loving it. But as I said, I don't reckon they would have seen everyone. So I'm just going to rapid fire some questions to you, and you can take as long as you want or as short as you want.
Okay.
Das, I want your top 8.
All right, here we go. I'm really not happy with this. I've gone through, I had to leave a couple of tough sides out. But in order, I'm going finishing the season. Brisbane, Collingwood, GWS, Carlton. They're the top 4.
Nice.
After that, I've got Geelong, Sydney, all on the same points for the rest. St Kilda, Adelaide, Melbourne just missed the 8 on percentage.
Melbourne missed
finished 9th.
Yep.
Wow.
And then under that, I got the Bulldogs and Port Adelaide and Gold Coast. But then Hawthorn finishing above Essendon, if you guys want to know that. But St Kilda are still going to be there. I think Adelaide are going up for some reason. I think Melbourne should probably still be a top 4 side, but I've got them sliding outside the 8, unfortunately.
This will change. You'll change your opinion.
I will. This will be wrong, but anyway, that's my top 8. Jev?
So I've got Brisbane and Collingwood as my only top 4 locks, and then in any particular order, I don't know how it's going to go. Port Adelaide, Melbourne, GWS, Sydney Swans, St Kilda, and Geelong. Yes, I have the Carlton Blues missing the 8. I've got the Cats coming back to the 8, St Kilda holding down their spot, and Melbourne putting their disastrous off-season behind them and getting back to business and continue to make the 8. But no Blues. I know I sit here with 2 Blues supporters. Doesn't mean I rate them. The Blues will miss the 8 this year.
No Blues.
Fair enough. Did you have the Swans, Das? And whereabouts?
Yeah, I've got the
equal 6th.
6th.
Yeah, right. Right. Well, going on that, your prelim. So your 2 prelim, your final 4. Who are the prelims this year?
I think it's going to go the opposite way from the prelims of last year. I think it's going to be Collingwood and Carlton, and then Brisbane GWS.
Oh, geez, Collingwood Carlton will be a
Darius.
big prelim. So I've got last year's grand final in a prelim. I don't know the location yet. I've got Collingwood versus Brisbane. I can't tell you the location. And then an all-Sydney barn burner grand final, prelim final, GWS versus the Swans in a prelim. And I can't tell you the location of that one either. I don't know where it's going to be. But yeah, GWS, Sydney, Collingwood, Brisbane, my final 4.
Geez, people are riding the Giants this year. Everyone
you got it.
They're ready.
They're
ready.
Grand final?
Brisbane Carlton.
Jeff?
And that is paying $15.
Nice.
So you can select. You can select that.
Brisbane Swans. Brisbane versus the Swans, and that pays. I just put it on $15 as well.
Perfect.
That's almost short. That's going to be tough to pick.
Yeah,
only $15 for that. Probably
to name the
short.
final 2 at the end of the season.
I don't know if that's a value play or not.
40 to 1 for
I'd
sure.
use your money on the Brownlow. Winner.
The Blues. $9.
The Swans win the The Sydney Swans win the flag. They're ready to win. Address their issues in their list. Toughened up around the ball with Taylor Adams and James Jordan. Brought in an A-grade ruckman, still in his prime, Brodie Grundy. Topped up with a few key backs. Had an off year after making the grand final in 2022. They are absolutely ready to win the grand final, and they will win the 2024 grand final. I believe that with my whole heart.
In your bones.
The shirt doesn't
lie.
I'll be wearing this grand final day if we make it. Let's fucking go. I can't go to another losing one. 3 losing ones in a row. I'd rather us fucking lose the prelim than go back to a losing one. But we will beat the Brisbane Lions on grand final day, Lou.
That's incredible. Do you believe that deep in your bones that the Blues will win the flag?
I do. I think we're going to run. Also, you can go through and put in all like your top 8s and stuff now. So I just put in my top 8. Don't matter what order, obviously, and that pays $33. So if you guys have already done your top 8s, you can actually just select all these teams to make the 8. So
mine pays $32.91 as well to make my 8 with no Carlton in there.
Yeah, mine's 33.
That's worth a look. Brownlow medalist.
I'm going to go through. By the way, if you are betting and you are getting into this, pick your players now because. Like I think I'm still going to ride with Zach Butters. We said they got the 14 home games. He really came back on the back end of the year. So he's currently 19-1. So whoever your players are, even if you have 3 or 4 of them,
absolutely
put them all on now.
More.
Because if they start to play well, they're going to come into $5, $6 pretty quickly. So this will be the best value you get. So I'm still going to stick with Zach Butters early at 19-1. I had Petrarca last year. I'll probably still sprinkle some money on that. But as my roughie as well, I will be going Toby Green. He's at $81.
Yeah,
I said on the pod the other week, if he has a season like they do last year and then still go that deep into the season, why not him? So he kicked like what? How many goals? 50-something, 60 goals.
Yeah, and as we said, and from a bit of advice from King, as he said to us, if you like Zach Butters and you just want to have a 20 on him to win the Brownlow sports bet, have 7 on him 3 different times. So you got 3 single $7 bets. If he ever gets to the favourite and he's paying 2-1 for the Brownlow and you're getting a cash out for over $20, bang, there's your first profit. You cash out. You save one for before Brownlow night or live during Brownlow night. Cash out again, more profit. And then you ride the other one out till the end of Brownlow and he either wins or he loses, but you've already made profit from your bet. So I think it is Marcus Bontempelli's year. 9-1. He probably should have 2. He's probably been it's probably the best bet on the board getting him at 9s. But I got the Dogs missing the final, so maybe he doesn't win it. I absolutely love Petrarca to win at 13-1. I'm fascinated by how hard he works, trains and diets and posts for the whole world to see. He's 28 this year and he's absolute prime. He'll kick more goals than ever. He will be right up there. But my tip, I've been teasing it for a while, Tom Green, GWS at 15-1. I believe he's about to be the best player in the comp. His last 7 weeks suggested that last year, averaging 34 touches and hitting the scoreboard. He had an all-time prelim against the Pies with 31-1. He just turned 23, and it's our first feature to the new ply board. I have Tom Green, $40 on him at 15-1.
I love
going on the board. Sticky tape here.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Yes, this is great.
We're going to ride this for the season. It's going to be a feature. We'll do this nice
just
later.
be gentle too, because that's close to coming. Oh, well done.
Nice, Jeff.
No, that's huge.
That's going to stay there for the season. Every time he gets a vote, we're going to write we're going to track it 3s, 2s,
Perfect.
1s, and we're going to know exactly how much that's worth. That is just, the value of your house just went up, Lou.
Beautiful.
So that's a $600 ticket, 40 at 15-1. That 600 would be nice. And Morgs' house just went up in value. So.
Incredible. Well, yeah, I want to really stress that Kingy point because we did the live Brownlow last and it was a massive hit, has to be said. But if you had the top 10, at some point you probably could have cashed out at one stage and profited.
Yep.
You literally could have the top 10 favourites right now and there was a point in the night where you could have cashed out. We were scrambling late to get money on Errol Goulden, but we didn't get it on. And Dickie said he was going to hit a 3 and he did and we just couldn't quite get on. Bont, you could have cashed out about 4 times throughout the night and profited. So
Petrarca early, if I held on to that one, because he started real hot. He went into, I think, $2 on the night, and then he just started missing out on votes.
So true.
Later.
If you've got a group chat of 7, 8 mates, and you put in $20-$30 each, and you put $5 on the whole top 10, but 3 or 4 times, and you just find times to cash out, to find profit and stuff. Be fun to watch for the whole season. The Brownlow goes like this all year, every year.
100%.
And you can never pick it any time of the year. Everyone thought Dacos was locked, injury done. Everyone thought Bont was locked, injury done. No one tipped Lockie Neal. Yeah.
Well, we'll do it.
We will.
We'll do the top 10. So you can write it because obviously you've got 3 chances to cash out and you've got to time it because if you cash out early, it might bite you in the ass as well. Love it. Rising star.
I don't think Harley Reid can win it. I've watched the first 2 practice games at West Coast, and they are so bad. I just don't think he's going to get anywhere near as much opportunity as some of the other guys. It's like, you look at, I know you're big on Riley Sanders, who I think that you're probably going to go with, but he's pretty much jumping into a Bulldog side that's still good, and he's going to get a really good like Bailey Smith role. So he's going to get a lot more opportunity. So I think him or McKercher are my picks. So they're both at $5.50. But I obviously will be sprinkling a fair bit of money on the whiz Nick Watson at $21 as well, boys. So
21's great.
Absolutely love that. Jev, what about you?
My roughie, this is my Swans nuffy coming out, but my roughie will be Angus Sheldrick at 27-1. He played a couple of games last year. He's turning 20. Still you can still get him for the Rising Star. The Swans are super high on him, but I'm taking, as you said, Riley Sanders for me at $4.50. I think he's gone to the perfect situation to win it. An old midfield that needs some young legs and young juice in it, and he probably favours the most from Bailey Smith's injury and McRae's early season injury. Him, Libba, and Bont is the perfect, tough, leg speed, classy midfield. They'll want the young legs, young energy in there. I think Riley Sanders is going to have a real good season. $4.50 is golden. Multi it with, if you like Nick Dacos or you like the Swans to make the 8 at $1.50, like get a bit more juice on the $4.50, but Riley Sanders is the bet for me.
Love that. And you could almost do the cash out scenario on your Rising Stars as well.
For sure.
100%.
They come into so short last, 4 weeks of the year. You've pretty much got your favourite locked up. Love it. New segment, hot chips. So this is just short and sharp. I don't want too many words out of you. I just want a real short and sharp answer.
Okay.
What's more likely, the Dogs win a final or they finish bottom 4?
Bottom 4.
Yeah, bottom 4.
Who finishes higher in the Brownlow, Tom Green or Toby Green?
Tom Green.
Tom.
Would you rather be a Hawthorn fan or Essendon fan in 2024?
Hawthorn.
Essendon.
Yes or no? We overreacted to opening round. It's weird, but it's kind of great. And we're just happy footy's back.
Correct. Yes.
No.
Jimmy Webster was blind last night and booked an 8-week Kentucky trip.
Yes.
He's fucked.
Great segment.
And also, Charlie, for the Coleman,
medal.
back to back.
Coleman medal.
Did I miss Coleman?
Yeah, Charlie, $6.
$6. Charlie. I'm going to take Max King at 15-1. It's finally fucking time for Max King to stand up and come to the floor. All Saints fans are praying this is the fucking year Max King plays 20 games, no injury, 20 plus games, no injury, and kicks 75 plus goals. We did our preview pod on the Saints the other day, Das. I think it's going to come out tomorrow or something. Well, it'll come out before you hear this pod.
Richmond first.
Yeah.
They have a tough schedule to start the season. I reckon Big Max will just stay afloat, stay pace with the others, be a couple behind. But then they play 8 of their last 9 games at Marvel Stadium, the Saints. Yeah. He will start kicking bags of 5 and 6 as they lock up their top 8 spot. He'll take the lead. It is Max King's year at 15-1 to finally win the Coleman.
I couldn't love that anymore, Jeff. This one did make the cut, but since you said it, I want to add it. If you're a list manager right now, on your side, would you rather Max King or Oscar Allen?
Take Max.
I'd take Max.
Easily?
Not easy. I'm a big Oscar Allen fan, but
You want to see a healthy Max, at least for a season. Like, everything's there.
Love it.
We on the Saints
supporters.
preview pod compared Max King to Nick Larkey. Or no, said who would you rather?
take?
Because Nick Larkey has the runs on the board. He actually
played well today.
He played well. He delivers. He kicks 70 goals. He's an All-Australian. He's basically everything Max King is supposed to be. Yep. But I'd probably still take Max King.
Max King has a higher ceiling.
Yeah, Max King has a higher ceiling. I've got a quick question for the two of you. What is the better bet? If you got 6-1 for Charlie Curnow to win the Coleman, or you got $1.50 for the field, and you got to take the every single other player, or you take the 6-1.
I think the field.
$1.50 for the field. So you're having money that means a lot to you. You can have 10 grand on the field at $1.50, or you can have 1 grand on Charlie at 6.
No, I'd take Charlie.
You take Charlie at 6?
I'd take Charlie. I think he's the best forward in the comp. He's going to get the delivery. He'll find mismatches.
I just think this has to be the year that they work out how does that forward line work in the finals. We can't win another Coleman, whether it be Harry or Charlie, because the forward line didn't work at the Gabba. We were there, Dust. We saw it. I think they have to work out a way, and whether it means less goals for Charlie but more for everyone, I don't know. That's just
they'll figure it out. He'll come out. He'll kick a big bag in a final this year.
Big final.
Dust, you've been tipping for a couple of weeks now. He said it on the Honest Beers pod that we featured on. We're very, very happy to be on. He will kick a bag of 13 this year, Charlie Curnow.
Easy. It'll be big.
That north back line, Good Friday.
I call it a good Charlie game.
He kicked 6 with ease last year, and what did Mackay kick?
4.
4 goals, 5.
I had both for 5 in a multi.
That's
cost me 700.
And he missed from the fucking goal line
twice.
Yeah, he Get Harry Mackay out of that game. Give it to Charlie. He'll kick 10 plus that day.
Well, and while we're quoting the season preview, you also said Nick Watson is the injector and the dual engine diesel.
So
love it. That's the analysis you're missing out on if you haven't.
100%. All right, let's get into the 100K multi. So what we do, we put 25 or pretty much 25 legs. We use them all up, put a tenner on it, and then we try and win $100,000. Now, we're doing this on a Sunday night, so all the markets aren't out on our sports books that we use on all of them. So we're pretty much going to go through some legs because we know the prices of them, but then the actual multi will come out on Wednesday. We'll do a reel, and still, if you're on the Patreon, we'll send you all the copy bets and all that. So we're only going to go through a couple of legs that we like at the moment. So there's only 4 games to bet on, but they're fucking 4 good games. Good players step up, and that's the theme of this multi.
Absolutely.
First week of finals and the first week of the season. This is we feel it's a little bit more predictable. Good players step up. They're fit. They're healthy. Jev, Swans, Melbourne, good players. Who are you looking for to bet on? That's a great shirt, by the way.
It's a ripper.
You got my Swans
You wear it
shirt
at MCC, Jev.
Yeah. Swans, Collingwood, Friday night, round 1, MCG. If
Big
you
final.
need to find me, I'll be wearing this shirt because it's got a collar on it in the MCC. And I look like a fuck. It's a good shirt. My old man's got the same shirt as well. So you'll see the two of us. Anyway, Tom Papley, 2-15 club. Yes, the 2-15 club is back in 2024. And one of the heads on the 2-15 Rushmore is straight in the multi.
Yeah, he is.
I'm getting $2.50 for Tom Papley to kick 2. He didn't finish that strong at the end of last year, but it's a new year. He's still the most dangerous man on the planet when it comes to small forward craft. I am locking him in to kick 2. And then for 15 touches, it's about $1.30, but it's 70% in his last 10 games, thanks to our friends at StatMate.
Ooh.
He's kicked 2 and had 21 touches in his practice match against GWS. He had 10 more centre bounces than ever. He will be a mainstay in the 100K this year. Tom Papley, 2-15, is going in the multi against the D's. Lou.
Definitely leader of the 2-15, and I believe leader of the 5-24.
5-25. 6-25.
6-25. He's in a couple of clubs.
That's a big club.
While you said it, we should give a little shout out to StatMate.
StatMate.
They hooked us up with some free subscriptions. So some unbelievable stats on that about how to look at gambling insights, have a looking at odds. It's tough this week because of opening round, but you'll hear us talk about StatMate throughout the year.
When the app fully launches, probably next week, we'll show you around this thing.
It is helping. It's helping us win some serious cash
We
this
will
year.
win the 100K this year thanks to StatMate.
And I had a look at StatMate, and I just couldn't say no to Jakey Lloyd for 20 touches.
Let's go.
So about $1.30.
Good players.
So good
That's what we're
players.
looking
We
for.
backed him. I reckon we backed him for 8 weeks straight from round 1 onwards last year. So I went back, had a look. He had it the first 5 weeks of the year. Then he went 8 from 10 for the first 10. So it's there. And I think I put that down to the offense just not quite clicking yet.
Yep.
I think it's easy to be a defender and get your kick-ins, get those touches early until the offense starts to click. So it's an 80% hit rate over his last 10. He's hit it the last 5 against the Ds. The stats are there, and so am I.
Come on.
Thanks to StatMate.
Another ad, of course.
I've got a couple here, boys. So I've got Christian Petrarca for some Anonna's lasagna and 25 touches. I'll tell you what. So this will be $1.50. This bloke, Jev, in the off-season has been busier than a cucumber in a women's prison. I'll tell you what. This man looks unbelievably fit and he's ready to go. So Petrarca has hit the last 4 out of 5 times against the Swans with this. So he's had 28, 25, 24, only one off, 33 and 29. But we also love him for a snag. So that's $1.28. Good players in big games. In his last 20 games, boys, he's kicked 23 goals.
Yeah, nice.
And I feel round 1, SCG, he's an absolute lock for this. Christian Petrarca is a great player. Good players in this multi for the first round.
Good players, yeah. He's a lock. He's such a star. And he's kicked too many points the last couple of years.
He's going to make it.
Too many points. And he sort of dressed on the Dylan Friends pod. He goes, I've been kicking too many points. He's going to explode this year. I reckon he might be the captain of the All-Australian team at the end of the year.
That's a good call.
Christian Petrarca. He'll kick close to 40 goals, average, 26 touches, top 3 in the Brownlow, and he's going to have a big year. Braden Campbell, 15 touches at $1.67. If you haven't heard our Swans season preview pod, go and listen on how bullish I am on this kid.
There you are.
His leg is an absolute weapon. He will be our designated kicker. They'll just get him the ball. This will be the last week we get $1.67 on anything this juicy. Braden Campbell, 15 touches. Lou, any more?
His legs are cannon.
Nothing for me.
cannon.
I just wanted to touch on Petrarca finished top 10 in the pyramid, I believe, too, last year. Top 10?
Yeah, he's a top 10 pyramid.
Just wanted to tease.
He's a top 2, I think.
Was he
Top
really?
3, yeah,
just wanted to tease next week. Will be next week be the first pyramid of the year?
First pyramid of the year next week. And it's a bit stiff for the players that don't play this weekend, and some do, but maybe you can get... I can judge you a bit more harshly if you have a shocker this week.
Correct.
Pyramid, it's nearly done. I'm just perfecting it.
You know what else, though? You'll be judged harshly if you have a shocker, but if you have a good one, you got the chance of showing.
Exactly.
So
Do you have any more legs?
No legs.
All right, let's get into it. So this is going to be a prelim rematch up there. Brisbane and Carlton. Geez, a couple of heavyweights. Carlton, Jev.
Charlie Cameron, 2 goals at $1.45.
Yep.
If you go to StatMate, he's kicked 2. Wait. 4 of the last 5, including 4 on grand final day. So 4 of the last 5, 4 on grand final day. He's kicked 2 plus 3 of the last 4 against Carlton. And we know he gets out of bed and kicks 2 at the Gabba, basically. He'll be riding the motorbike on opening round. You'll hear John Denver. This wins. Charlie Cameron, 2 goals, $1.45. That'll be $1.18 by round 6. Round 6, that's $1.18. If you can get $1.45 opening round, let's gobble that up. He's still a star. I'm pretty sure he's 30 this year.
Should have got 3 votes that game, Neil. Did he kick 8? Against the Giants.
He kicked 8 and didn't get 3, and Neil won a Brownlow because of it. Lou, you got a leg for this game?
I do. Kitty and Coleman for 20. I get about $1.30, I reckon. Das, this is a purely experience bet. We were there. This bet's hotter than Kath Lachlan. We were there last time the Lions played the Blues at home. He absolutely dominated this game. The way the footy came into our forward line. What's wrong?
No, we're just talking about Kath Lachlan while your wife just walks past.
She's a good egg. She wants to see us hit 100 more than anyone. He had 21 disposals against the Blues. He had 26 on grand final day. I hope I'm wrong, but as I said, he absolutely torched us from quarter time onwards. He was probably the difference. So I hope I'm wrong for our sake, Das, but 20 disposals, Kitty and Coleman, $1.30, Kath Lachlan.
I like it. Now, I'll be taking the bloke that actually wears the helmet for the Blues. It's pretty easy. He's the only guy that wears the helmet for us. Adam Chera.
Of course.
He wears the helmet. So we got him for 20 touches, boys. So this is $1.20. This is $1.23. So this is an absolute multi-filler. So he's hit his last 5 games. Now, thanks to StatMate, because the app is unbelievable. So it's looking a little bit more likely that Sam Walsh might not play.
Yep.
Right.
So I went to look, because when you go on the app, you can actually go through and select. So Carlton, Brisbane. How does Adam Chera perform without Sam Walsh?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So then I actually went into that, and he's gone the last 10 games without. He's averaging 24.7 disposals. So he's hit 9 out of the last 10 games that Walsh doesn't play. And he's averaging almost 25. So I think with a little bit more opportunity, if Walsh isn't to play, 20 touches, $1.23, fresh off a big preseason.
It's a multi-filler.
So that's
beautiful.
It's not just you're looking for normal numbers. I can put in without Walsh, without Curnow if they're not playing. The app is incredible. Can't wait for you guys to get onto it. But yeah, so Chera for 20, boys.
You think we started it?
What about you, Jeff? Anything else?
No, that's it for me. Brisbane Carlton.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I've got one more. But Charlie Curnow and his new haircut. He's got a bird's nest in his hair this season. So
What's he running with?
Have you seen his mop?
I thought he had a bird's nest last year.
No, it's worse now, but it looks good. It's long.
Eagle's nest.
It's long. So I'm taking him for I'm taking him for 2 goals, boys. $1.26.
Yeah,
okay. They say lightning doesn't strike twice, or definitely not 3 times, but it has. Charlie's last 3 games, he only kicked 1 goal in each.
Yeah, that's lightning.
Lightning doesn't strike 4 times, boys. I'm telling you that. I think Charlie opens the account, starts off the season. He's heard the criticism. They all were onto him. They said he didn't perform in the finals, and especially in the prelim. I think he's going to come out. He'll kick a few goals. I think 2's a lock. $1.26. Thanks to StatMate, boys.
I think 2's like David King. Our man David King came out and said he lowered his colours in the finals, Charlie Curnow. He lowered his colours with only 1, 1 and 1. So Coleman doesn't even, it's like, yeah, if he could. Anyway, Coleman doesn't even matter this year. He's got to kick snap. It does Coleman's do not matter. It's how he performs in the finals this year. He's got to get there and he's got to perform. That's all his season he's probably judged on this year. No one gives a fuck about Coleman's this year. It's time for him to lift again. So
step up.
Big final.
Next one, Gold Coast and Richmond. So nightmare at Metricon.
Pardon?
Nightmare at Metricon.
Bank. Yes. It's a robbery at the bank.
Robbery at the bank. Do you have any legs?
Give me Noah Anderson, 25 touches at $1.35. Last 5 times at the venue, 4 out of 5. Yep. With the only missing leg, he got 24. Last 3 times against Richmond, 100%. 26, 26, 32. He finished his season with 29 against North last year. That's all thanks to StatMate, those stats. He's ready to explode this season. Under Dimmer, I can't wait to watch him play. I can't wait to watch Gold Coast play. Lou.
And you've said what? They're missing the finals this year.
Yeah, they're not making it. I reckon they can win a flag by 2027, but I don't reckon they're making finals this year.
It's a great
That
take.
Jed Walter, he's going to be a fucking stud, but not.
I'm shattered he didn't play.
It's unbelievable take
They
from you.
didn't play in any of the... Sorry, do you have anything?
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, go, mate.
But if you got a point...
No, I was just...
So you said before, just like it's 4 games, so you just bet on good players.
Yeah,
that's
mate.
exactly what I've done.
Good players.
Brandon Ellis.
What?
Brandon Ellis, anytime goal scorer. I can get $2. This is insane value. If you go on to StatMate, it says what it should be. And it should be about $1.40, but I'm getting $2. It's unbelievable. 2-time premiership player, back with his premiership dad. In a 4-game multi, we need the value. $2.
Daddy.
It's a leg that's hit 4 of the last 5. The only time it missed, the infamous game, the North Melbourne Gold Coast game that we had half our super on.
That was
3
fucked.
points he kicked. 3 points. So it should be 5 from 5. They'll have something drawn up, I reckon. Dimmer and Alice would have just worked on something just to get him a sneaky snag. And for $2, you just can't say no to that sort of
Here's a
value.
question for you, Dust. What's more likely, Brandon Ellis gets a game or kicks a snag?
Oh, God.
He left. You know.
Is he on the cusp? Is he?
Yeah, he's
Well, there's a reason he left Richmond because Dimon thought he was soft as butter. You know, Dan Gorringe has that story how he hates Rocket Eade, and then he signed a ball, and then Rocket Eade signed a ball. It sounds like Brandon Ellis. He's seen Dimmer rock up. He's like, "Fuck's sake, I've been kicking snags for fun."
Yeah, well,
I love
lean
that.
and ripped.
Brandon Ellis.
It may not get in the multi.
The final cut.
We'll have a look.
We still
The
got
final
director's cut to go.
All right, boys. I was looking at either Shy or Dusty for a snag. They're both $1.17. But then I had to have a look at StatMate.
course.
Powered by StatMate, and the form backs it up. So 7 goals in his last 5 games against the Suns. 3 snags the last time he played up at the bank, Jev. Obviously against the Suns. And to finish the season, he kicked 12 goals in 7 games. He actually started the season really slow, but I think that he's going to want to try and impress, especially the first half of this season. I think it's going to be a long season for the Tigers. This is almost their little grand final. They want to try and get one back over Dimmer. So, Tigers supporters, enjoy this because round 1, we're going to absolutely tear you up. Jev?
Love it. Ben King, 2 goals at $1.50. If this bloke doesn't explode this year under Dimmer, I'll spew up.
Yes.
Last 2 times he's played the Tigers, he's kicked 4 and 4.
Yes.
He's finished his season last year with a bag of 5 and a bag of 2. 2 is a small bag, mate.
It's a little bag.
He's running with the Dizzy Gillespie look this year. And if Dizzy can make 200 against Bangladesh, then Ben King can fucking kick 2 in opening
he
round
can.
against the Tigers. Ben King 2, $1.50. That $1.50 is honest. Great value in a 100k multi for banking to kick 2 at home against the Tigers, who, if he plays on Noah Bolter, there's 3. He walks out with 3.
Noel Bolter can't see.
He's blind.
They put a bell on the ball all the time.
Those messages just came out in Braille, I believe. Just stealing other people's gags. Love you, BT.
Do you have anything else,
Nothing.
Smalls? I do. I've got one. I've got the human meatball, Dion Prestia, for 20 touches, $1.35. Thanks to StatMate. He's 100% on his last 10 games, trying to hit 20 touches.
go.
And he's 100% against his old club, averaging over 26 disposals against the Tigers. So thanks to StatMate, you can go through the form, how they've got going against this side, at the ground. It's unbelievable. And those are my 2 legs that I absolutely love for this game. GWS Collingwood.
Just a little warning on that game, just because I don't want to creep up on the fans. I reckon Benny Ainsworth might make his way in. Just keep an eye out.
Benny Ainsworth to make his way in is your other leg.
Is he the only player that has to weigh in before every game?
Nah.
And they get the calipers on him?
I said he was overweight. He's
cut like a
ripped to
dolphin.
shreds. He looks so much better than me.
Skin folds Ainsworth.
I take it back. Can't be weight shaming.
He has to weigh in every game, doesn't he?
I should weigh in before this pod.
That'd be you break the scales. GWS Collingwood, Jev.
Another
there,
prelim.
there is stars written all over this.
Another prelim rematch. This was an all-time prelim last year. Give me Stephen Canelio, 25 touches, the best leg in the 100k multi last year.
Cogs.
We'll be getting $1.40. It hit its last 4 games last year, thanks to our friends at StatMate.
Thanks.
25 in the prelim against the Pies, 30 in the semi against Port.
Yes.
He's a stud. 25. I reckon we had it. How many weeks was there? 29 weeks.
It would have been
They
90%
played 28,
of multis.
90% of
Yeah.
multis.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He was in there and he was hitting. He's a stud. Stephen Canelio, 25, Lou.
Love it. I just took the emotion out of this game, Das. Just went Lockie Ash for 20, about $1.30. I'm getting $1.30. 22-year-old from Katandra, Victoria. He's had 20 his last 5, averaging 24 and a half his last 10. 76% efficiency, as you would have said in the season preview. They just love the ball in his hands, and so do I, Das. So I had to take it. $1.30. It's a great leg in 100k multi.
We've got Ash. And are you taking him into Alice? I can't wait to see your little own personal
Into
multi.
Ainsworth.
If Lockie Ash made you Subway, would you know what he looks like?
Nah, shit, no.
But you love his stats.
That's why I know he's from Katandra, because I had to wiki him.
Wiki.
All right, boys, I'm taking the most valuable player, the best player in the AFL. I'm taking Toby Green for 2 snags. $1.35 they're giving us
awesome.
to start the season. 12 goals in his last 5 games. 13 goals in his last 5 games against the Pies. Averaging 2.4 goals a game in his last 5 games at home. That's all over 2. He's an unbelievable player. If you watched the preseason game the other day, he could have had 5 at halftime. He was genuinely taking the piss.
Yeah.
He's so good. He just had a kid. You remember when Luka just had his baby and Luka went off in the NBA? This is going to be like
73.
It's like Dad Toby Green. Don't be surprised if he kicks 8. He's going to go berserk. And I'm also taking Jordan to go for 20 touches, $1.30. Simply off the back of his prelim where he had 34 disposals against the Giants.
And he sat on the bench for the last 6 minutes. Remember he got caught on the bench the last 6 minutes?
Couldn't get on.
He was dominating that game, yeah.
He's a great player, and he's had 65 disposals in his last 2 games against the Giants.
That's a great start.
So there you go. Those are my 2 legs. So I think I just bunny hopped over there, Jev. Anything else?
Yeah, Tom Green, my motherfucking Brownlow tip. Is there a better way to boost your Brownlow stock than 3 votes round 0? Give me 30 touches for this truck at $1.50. 29 touches against Port in the semi-final. 30 in the prelim. 35, 35, 39 the 3 weeks before that. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I believe so deep in my bones he will be the consensus #1 player in the comp at the end of the year, and he'll be wearing the Brownlow. Tom Green,
Bones.
30 touches, $1.50. I've got one more. Do you have any more?
No,
Lou?
all yours, mate.
Nick Dacos, give me the kid for 25 touches. Now, this is where StatMate works in the other way. I was going to go 30 touches, but StatMate pushed me away from it.
Why?
Nick Dacos hasn't had 30 touches once in his last 5 games.
You're kidding.
The kid hasn't had it once in his last 5 games. He's been sitting around that 29, 28 mark. I want to see him get 30 again before he starts smashing it again.
Yeah.
But 25 is still a lock with this.
They might
bloke.
tag him.
Round 0, he's going to be flying. So Dacos, 25.
We should say the pyramid, Jev. What is it? Top 21 players in the league, but
Top
they're in a
21
pyramid,
players,
so there can only be
tiered.
1 top. There's 2 at the 2, and then
3,
so
4,
on.
5, 6.
It's exciting stuff.
It got a lot of controversy, but it is absolutely perfect most times.
It is.
We're going to be doing it live on the show every second week this year, starting round 1.
Yep, love it.
That's
Looking
good.
forward to it.
So those leagues are definitely going to be in the multi. I know we'll see about Alice and Ash. We might need
Well, we second guessing Ash, the boy from Katundra.
No, he's a good player, but we'll see. First multi, remember,
Katundra product.
The theme is good players, big big
dear.
moments. Yeah, I'm not sure you got the memo.
Katundra cattle prod.
Yeah.
Keeps his spot.
Is he in the game?
Where's Katundra?
Fuck you. Fuck if I know.
Ash stays.
Hey, some growing early into it.
growing
Opening
days.
round. This is our, it's been good.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Next week.
Cobwebs, I
Next
feel.
week, though, is fucking huge. It has to be said. I am eating the world's spiciest gummy bear due to losing. What did I lose? The NFL.
Yeah, I can't remember what you lost.
No, you lost.
We'll get to the bottom of it. Jev, you're coming in with your ears pierced,
Yes.
which
So,
is just awesome.
Swans Carlton.
the
The
first
loser had to get
pyramid.
the ears pierced.
First pyramid of the year, as we said. More importantly, one of our most successful pods last year, the Sunday Roast returns, and we announced
It
it today
does.
that it's coming back. It's going live. It's not going to be live round 1, but going forward, it's going to be live on a Sunday night because we had so many people message us saying we need it up earlier than Monday morning. So the YouTube predominantly will be going live. But that is what's that, Jeff? A review of all the games, talking about the first goal scorers, what they paid, a little bit of review with some odds.
Couple of opinions.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of footy. We love talking about it. Das, we are also debuting something this year. We're going to be calling it 100K handshakes.
Oh, what's this?
We sort of debuted on the Super Bowl where I had a chili every time San Francisco scored any points. Morgs, what did you do?
I had 47 wings. That was a wing per point scored.
yeah,
what'd you do?
I had a Big Mac for every touchdown and a nugget for every 5 yards.
So we're going to be doing it a fair bit AFL season this year. So nobody knows this yet, but Thursday night, it's Melbourne Swans.
It is.
You're on night shift. You can't make this one, but me and Lou are going to do handshake bets.
What are you doing?
You get to decide right now, live on the pod, what we do Thursday night.
All right, let's go. You can go Errol. You can go Clary. We picks for touches.
No. All right. So every time, he gets Errol because I'm the Swans supporter. So every time Errol gets a touch, Morgs eats a wheat bick, and every time Clayton Oliver gets a touch, I eat a wheat bick.
Yep.
This Thursday.
Just dry.
No, with milk.
You can have milk. You just got to get it down.
100K handshakes
I'll
coming
do
this
that.
Thursday.
If one of you have to do a 40 piece,
Oh,
that is
God.
going
I reckon
to...
that might be. We've almost gone a bit soft earlier, but I don't want to.
You reckon
Wheat Bix?
You reckon 30 Wheat Bix?
Oh, you having
is
dinner?
easy.
Are you having dinner?
At yours, we're having Wheat Bix for dinner.
Well, I reckon
We'll have to microwave some. We'll have to milk some, honey,
I did
sugar.
I look
I think
forward
my
to it.
best was ever was 18 once, and I was fucked.
Oh, I can't wait.
If you think, what do you think this is going to be light work?
Oh, I reckon
Do you know how full we're going to be?
23 of it's supposed to 4 quarters without dinner.
If you have to do
Without
38
dinner.
30,
If you sneak a Big Mac in between.
if you have dinner before you do this challenge,
Oh, fuck.
Let's
I'm
go.
going to start
The first-
weighing in pre-pod.
the first 100K handshake, and then round 1 locked in. We are going to Hawthorn Essendon
Yes.
110 at the MCG. The Nick Watson debut game. You are going to come in a Nick Watson jersey.
Just the jersey. And jeans. Pipes out. There's nothing funnier than the early couple of rounds of footy when you go there. The weather's still a little bit warm. You see someone just with his dukes out.
Have you got the jersey yet?
Nah, not yet.
Smart.
I've been trying to message. I've been trying to message. I messaged him. Obviously nothing.
No, you got to go to Waverley. Go to the Hawk shop. Look forward to it.
Is it almost winner?
Takes all.
Oh, no.
How do you win?
No.
How do you lose?
True.
Yeah, true. How do you win? We also, no one's listening by now, but if you are, we need to know a punishment for this year's because we're going back to percentages. We were a bit lax on it last year. So 2 seasons ago, we did the NFL. We did every single pick. We recorded it, and we did our percentages at the end of the year.
Yes.
Das had to spend 24 hours at McDonald's, which ended up only being 13 hours, I believe, because every Big Mac he ate took an hour off his time. So we're going to do something like that, whether it be 1,000 pins. We spoke about that.
No, it was,
a bit boring.
10,000 pins.
Yeah, so what's a punishment?
10,000 pins. No, fuck no, I'm not. 10,000 pins.
What's that? How many games is that?
Well, we bowl about 130 when we bowl one game. That's 20 minutes. Then you got to get 10,000.
No, because you do chicken burgers, get you some pins off and shit. We'll talk about it. But yeah, send us in some percentages. No one will send it. I'll have to send it in.
And so it's going to be me versus Das versus you and the village people.
And the village people who we'll introduce during the year.
Pricey, Stoy, Dickie, come back. Nina, maybe. And all right, versus village people.
Oh, yeah, so just anyone. We might get a guest on the pod.
Any guest is a village person.
When we get David King on.
Correct.
Keith, if you're listening.
We're going to have the Honest Beers boys on. We're going to
build a multi with the Honest Beers. Hoping to get Chalk.
We're trying to get Goz too, if he's keen.
He's too big.
We'll get anyone.
And he knows it too, and that's fair enough. Hey, that might be it.
Thank God.
Can't wait to see how the analytics go post 20 minutes.
Punishment, you're going to sit in a room and listen back to all of our podcasts.
Oh, that would be tough.
It'd be horrendous. Blues to cover the line.
What's the line?
18.5.
I reckon Swans Melbourne's going to be a fucking thriller.
So do I.
Chad Warner, best on ground, 3 votes, 28 touches, 1 goal. Swans win by 4 points.
Chile, baby back ribs. Arriba, your mum and your sundress.